Hey folks, hope all is well. It's been a good long while. I've been recording, but my chip's been messed up. Technical difficulties. It's been a few weeks since we was able to get anything out. I got Bible teaching coming on Leaving Egypt website, or the Leaving Egypt channel that I need to get done. But we are going to try to do a little bit of a homestead video this morning, or pre-stead. We're still at our pre-stead. So I had some camera chip trouble. We were trying to document deer season 2020, and it just wasn't going good, man. My chip was messed up. Opening morning, it was storming and hailing. We just made a big old breakfast. I even recorded how to do sourdough bread and all of this stuff. And opening Saturday evening of deer season here in Missouri, regular rifle season, we spent part of it in a storm shelter, right? Because there's tornado warnings and everything. The wind blew one of our doors open that we got out of to go to the storm shelter, and messed up our laminate flooring because we had like a half-inch of water in there. So part of my floor is messed up in my house right now, just a little bit of it. It didn't. The subflooring's fine. It's solid. We got it dried out, but the laminate part, it messed up, and so I brought in some extra flooring that we had here at the house. I'm gonna get it fixed, and I think while I'm at it, I may change the floors in the bathroom. I got some other flooring material here that I may use. But anyhow, we tried to document deer season 2020. That was really the goal for the channel. And it just didn't work, man. I filmed some hunts. I took Luella. It's her second time ever sitting in the woods with me. I was able to kill a deer with her. I was able to kill a doe, and it was a good thing. And then we went over to some friends of ours' house, and we processed deer together, which we were talking about how lost that is, how common that used to be, and how lost that is today. And he had some stuff, and I had some kind of some knowledge on how to cook some stuff, and so does he, right? So he's gonna watch this video probably. He's no slouch when it comes to cooking. He's a good cook. Really enjoy eating barbecue. He likes to cook, I like to cook, and so we have a good time. But anyhow, we processed some deer together. All the kids was playing. Would have been a great opportunity, and my camera and the chip just was not working with me, and I didn't even take it. So long story short, we are clear to December. There's an antlerless season here in Missouri. It's just a few days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And so today is Saturday when I'm filming this, and last night I just kind of got the camera figured out, and I was having to let it charge, and I was like, you know what, forget it, I'm just gonna go hunting anyway. And I did, and I was able to get a doe. I wish I'd have took the camera because it was quite the adventure. I shot her, she hopped 2 fences like she wasn't even hit, and then she crashed back in the woods. I heard her crash, and went looking for her. I shot a little high, and so I didn't have a whole lot of blood, but I had enough I could find her. Praise the Lord, we was able to find her. And so I got home yesterday evening after dark. Yeah, last night got real cold. Everything was frosted and frozen this morning early. And so I just let her hang in the tree. And today I'm gonna quarter her up and get her in a cooler. And those same friends that we processed deer with before, they're trying to get a deer. My neighbor down the road, he's trying to get a deer to give to us. And so that's the other thing. We had a deer given to us this year too by a neighbor down the road. And so we got it butchered up, and we was able to share some of that backstrap with the family that we butchered our deer with, which was a double blessing. So if that family down the road gets to watching this, you guys know who you are that donated, give us that deer. You fed 2 preachers' families that night. It was good. We had a good time. They got that family that we processed deer with, they got to eat grilled deer meat for the first time. They seemed to really enjoy it. We had grinder trouble over there, right? We don't tell nobody, but quite possibly we just had the blade in backwards. But that'll be our secret, right, guys? Nobody spread the word on that. And then in the meantime, I had some neighbor that lives the other way, had some extra barred rock roosters that he give us, and they're in a pen, and we're going to butcher them up one of these days soon. We've been painting the house, been working on the house, trying to get it done. I really want to get it on the market, but sometimes, I don't know if you guys have any trouble with this. I do. I've got a lot of fight in me, right? And so sometimes, man, I'm like, is this the Lord trying to stop me? Or is this the devil trying to stop me, right? Trying to discern through, that's always hard for me. So I'm going to show you this deer. hanging in the tree. The skin, I'm just gonna warn you now, this may be a little gruesome for some. If you don't like seeing partly butchered animals, then you'll probably want to skip ahead a little bit in the video. But I try to be honest, right? This is part of it, and this is the two things I want to be honest about. This is, sorry, I'm trying to make sure, there we go, that's a little better. Trying to let you guys understand, like, this is part of it, right? This is a part of butchering animals. Now, when you get it at the grocery store, they've had to go through these processes, right? To get there, to get in that nice, pretty packaged meat that you buy. But when you're doing it yourself, you see all the parts that's maybe not as fun to see. So just a fair warning, this is going to be maybe a little gruesome looking to some, but the hide's off this deer. I've cut the ends of its legs off, so it's just ready to be quartered up, basically. Trying to wash it down. That way we can go straight from ice on cooler to processing it out the rest of the way. I'm going to video hopefully our next processing little escapade that we go on because I know lots of people don't process their own deer. They take it places, and maybe you don't think you have the ability to or what have you, but I want to tell you that you can. That you can probably do it. Now I understand there's some, right, it's got arthritis real bad or health issues and they just can't, and I get that. But for the most part, generally speaking, like, you can process your own deer, and I would encourage you to do so. And the reason why, me, myself, I trim up a deer probably way more than maybe I even should, but I've had a lot of people that don't like deer, say they don't like deer, eat some of the deer meat that we've been able to prepare for them, and they've all talked about how good it is. And the reason is just for the trimming. Even deer burger, right? We trim that up really, really good. All the silver skin, all the fat, basically, if it's not shiny red meat, we get rid of it. So not only is it's really, really good to do it yourself, you can really manage the quality of the deer. Where I live here in Missouri, it's usually not cold enough to let one hang multiple days, to let them kind of age. So this is what I've been doing, kind of been testing it, playing with it some. I put them in a cooler, I quarter them down and I get them in a cooler, and I let them sit in that cooler on ice for, like, that last one, that buck, went 9 days. And every morning and every day, every morning, whenever I was feeding animals, I would just undo the plug at the bottom of the cooler. I'd set a couple bricks on one end so it was sitting at an angle, and I would undo the plug, and I would drain the water off. And I'd smell it, give it a sniff test, right? It always smelled good and fresh. It smelled like good fresh meat. And as that water would drain off while I was feeding animals, whenever I got back up there, if it needed ice, I'd add more ice to it. And like I said, that buck went 9 days. The doe went something like 7 days, 6 days, something like that. And you can really tell the difference in the meat, even when you're cutting it. The texture of the meat and the flavors, just good flavored meat. And so if you live in a climate where, you know, here today, even last night was really cold, but today's supposed to get up almost 60 degrees, right? If you live in those kind of places where it's just hard to let one hang very long, so you don't feel like you can let one age, try it in a cooler, right? I don't know how many days you can actually go. 9's the most I've ever went. That deer was fine. I kind of want to push one over the limit just so I know, but I also don't want to waste a deer, right? That's a lot of food wasted. So we save all, excuse me, we save all the trimmings, and we save that for dog food. We mix it in with our dry dog food, and it really stretches the dog food. We save the leg bones. The buddy that I was processing deer with had a really good idea we're going to try. We took a couple of the shank pieces that we broke down for grinding meat. That usually, like a lot of times, I'll leave them whole for roast and stuff, but we took some of the shank pieces, and he actually smoked them while we were working, and I think that'll be good in some, like, beans, you know, be a really good flavor. So play with it, right? He made some summer sausage that was really good. We're gonna play with a few other recipes maybe this time. Just play with the food, man. We've already had, so just in a last few days we had we ate backstrap at their house. And then I had to go back over. We had to go back over and finish because we maybe put the grinder blade in backwards. Don't tell, right? Sorry, buddy. I don't mean to embarrass you guys, but that's what happened to us, and it's part of it, right? But we maybe put the grinding, the cutting piece in backwards. So we went back over the next day, got the rest of it ground up after we got the blade in the right way. And he made some chili over a campfire in a Dutch oven. Boy, it was good. And then here at the house, we've had deer meat fajitas now, which there's not a meat on the planet, I don't think, that makes a better fajita. Man, it's good. And so we had deer meat fajitas. We've already ate a few pounds of deer burger mixed in with some stuff, some spaghetti and stuff like that. I took the inner loins and sliced them thin and fried them with some fried eggs the other morning for breakfast. We've already had some summer sausage, right? All of that stuff. It really stretches the grocery bill. It's handy to do. I don't know, but if I would have to guess this year here in Missouri anyway, there's probably been a bunch of deer killed. I haven't looked at the numbers, but I'd say it's probably close to a record year. With the weather was terrible, but with the COVID, people having to socially distance, no better way to do that than out in the woods, right? But also just fear, right? The grocery stores, it seems like they're all the time having issues getting food and stuff, and so people's been scared and stuff's been high, and deer meat's cheap. So like any deer tag where you can kill a buck, $17, right? That's pretty cheap whenever you break it all down. So anyhow, guys, I'm really sorry. It's been so long since we had a video. I've been recording and just been having trouble. Hopefully this one will go fine. I think I figured out what was wrong, and hopefully this will go good and we'll start getting some videos back out. But also don't forget, I guess they're still doing it, Doug and Stacy's doing their log cabin giveaway. Doug, what do they call their channel? Something like Homestead, and Doug and Stacy's Homestead or something like that. Look them up, you'll find them. They need a certain amount of subscribers and viewers and stuff to do their giveaway that they're wanting to do, so look them up. Like we've said before, Justin Rhodes is another one that we really like to watch, name dropping a little bit. Oh, and as far as hunting goes, I want to mention this. There's a channel on YouTube some friends of ours are on, some people, some brothers in Christ that are on, some really good guys that we have met, been in church services with, right, and some people that honestly I kind of grew up around some here and there. Some of them up from around the Camden area. You guys will know who you're talking about. But Ozark Traditions, look them up on YouTube, guys. They have got some good quality shows. My daughter, whenever wants to watch hunting shows, that's the one she wants to watch, right? So look them up, guys. I didn't ask if any of this name dropping is okay. I hope it is. But I want to tell you guys the people that we like to watch on YouTube, right? Some people that's kind of maybe inspired us to do what we were trying to do. So anyway, once again, guys, I'm sorry. It's been so long, but we've been really busy around here. We'll kind of do a tour one of these days, show you the house. It's a completely different color. Porches have been painted, doors, trims. We're working on the trim. If I can get a break in the weather next week, I'm going to try to get the trim painted and just get a bunch of stuff done. We really are making a push to try to, oh, and my trim for the inside of the house come in finally the other day from a guy down at Niagara, Missouri, has a cedar mill, and he got me some cedar. And so also, I committed a pre-stead homestead no-no, and I'll tell you what I did about that later if you guys watch future videos, and I'll tell you what we had to do just because we've been so busy, right? People will say, I can't believe, right, that goes against everything, and it does a little bit, but it was good, and I'm glad I did it, and I'll explain why later. It'll be fun. It'll be a different video, so kind of be on the lookout for that. Also, I know one of our viewers, you know who you are, sis, that has been in the hospital. I won't mention your name, had some heart trouble. I told her, I said, we got to get this camera fixed so we can get some more videos. So here we go. We're trying, sis. We're doing the best we can. So let me show you guys this deer, and I'll kind of talk a little bit about how I break it down, and I probably won't record the whole breaking it down process. So here it is, guys. All right, so here's our deer. I pulled her way up high in the tree. That way nothing could get to her from down low anyway. I guess a coon could have jumped off the tree and kind of got after her if it wanted to, but what I'm actually going to do is while she's up high, I'm going to go ahead and get her hind quarters off. And so while she's up good and high, it'd be easy to get to. And then I'll lower her a little bit and just take her down kind of piece by piece, and I'll show you guys what's left whenever I'm done. There won't be much of a deer left. This time I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot with the ribs like I like to do because I made a shot. The shot I made destroyed a lot of her ribs, so I won't be able to do that much, but I'll show you guys kind of how much meat we take off of this deer and what's left whenever it's done. It ain't much, and it will be some tasty meat when we're done. Alright guys, tag along for this processing day. A little bit of processing. We're just quartering her up and getting her on ice, so it won't take too long. Alright, so here's what we got left from the old doe here. Pretty good sized deer. As you can see, we trimmed out the rib pieces. We'll turn that into grind meat, except for where I shot her. A little far back and a little high, but it worked. There's the exit there. Got her trimmed up, everything pulled out of her, the back straps, the inner loins, legs. Here is our cooler full of meat. we will get all of that worked up. Get it on ice for a few days. It'll be good stuff. So another thing I want to do while I got this on here, for some reason, as of lately, it has really, that ain't good at all. There we go. For some reason, as of lately, it has really been on my heart to try to let people kind of halfway know what they mean to me best I can. I'm terrible at this, but I'm trying. Okay, work with me. Are you having fun?
But now it's too squishy.
Okay, all right. So, daughter's on a dandelion hunt. So I want to, oh, you can kind of see the deer. Is that better maybe? I don't know. So, I want to thank my dad right now. My dad was instrumental in teaching me how to hunt and fish, and not just to hunt and fish, but then what to do with it once it's done, as far as trimming up deer and fish and all of that good stuff, right? You can take a 50-pound catfish and make it taste just as good as a 5-pounder if you do it right. And I want to thank him. So thank you, Dad. Thank you for teaching me about all this stuff. It's comforting to know. I know the Lord will provide either way. I get that. But I'm thankful that we have a freezer that's going to have a lot of deer meat in it. I'm thankful that grocery store stuff gets real high or it's not even there, that we have some meat in the freezer. I'm thankful that I've been able to teach my daughter a little bit about deer hunting this year, and to try to teach my wife a little bit about it and teach others and share with others. And a lot of that stems right back to my dad teaching me. And so Dad, thank you. And I had some uncles and stuff along the way too, but especially with deer hunting, Dad was the guy, man. He's the one that taught me how to do all this stuff. So Dad, if you watch these, thank you. I appreciate it. Grandma letting me hunt over on her place. I told her the other night we've harvested 2 deer off that place this year, and I am thankful that she lets us hunt over there. It's just a small little piece of property, but you know what? It works. And I tried to tell her, listen, that's food for my family, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. We had a deer given to us, which in years past would have got to my pride, and I was like, absolutely not. But as that deer was hanging and I was working on it, really what I thought about was what that deer truly meant to me was way more than meat, right? That deer that was given to us, what it meant to me was a work that the Lord has done on my heart to help me learn how to accept things, especially gift type things, right? That's hard for me to do. It just always has been. I like to give all that I can, and it's hard for me to receive things. And so what would have really been a proudful moment for me years ago when I just said, no, don't give that deer to me. I can provide for myself. You need to give that deer to somebody that can't. Really what that deer meant was I was able to accept that gift that was given to us. I wasn't prideful about it. I was thankful. I was thankful to the Lord for placing that on that person's heart, and thankful for the work that the Lord has done on my heart. That was a big milestone for me, which sounds goofy, I know, but it was for me. So guys, I want to probably, this will be maybe a standalone video here, just about butchering this deer, just to see if I can get these videos to kind of line up, be a little short video. We'll just, my deer season's pretty much, so in Lake County, I can't shoot any more does. I done used my, I had a leaf in my beard. I done used my any deer tag and my antlerless tag both. And so unless I go to a different county and hunt, I can bow hunt, so I may try to bow hunt maybe a little bit and get some more footage. I had some little bit of footage of some squirrels and some deer, real shaky, not very good footage, but it was footage. So maybe we can try to get some more. Guys, thank you guys for watching the recap a little bit of deer season 2020, and we will get back to you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, if you like the content, if you like what we're talking about, you like what we're sharing, you like learning from our mistakes maybe, and hopefully learn something good along the way, don't forget to like and subscribe to our page. It goes a long way to helping us out. I don't ever care about being no millionaire by no means, but it does go a long ways to helping us out. So like and subscribe to our page if you like the content, and we'll keep trying to get stuff pumped out here for everybody that does watch it. Guys, I'm sorry once again.
that there was such a delay in videos. Thank you guys, and we'll meet up with you later. All right, so we are processing deer today, and some friends that are helping us and helping everybody just working together. Buddy of mine's making some chili over the fire, pot of coffee going, get all the essentials, fire to warm your hands up, and we'll take you guys in, show you the process. Let's see here. All right, so we basically just get a process going. Get everybody working together. If you don't do this in a group with some friends, I would highly recommend it. It makes it a lot more enjoyable. So we get a couple of stations set up. We've got a pull it out of the cooler, wash it up station. We got a deboning and trimming station with a couple of buckets set up. That way you can separate your meat into grind meat and chunk meat and all that good stuff, some scraps. And then got them over there grinding and packaging meat. Over there slicing meat. Everyone's hard at work except for the camera guy. Right now just holding the camera. But it's definitely part of the process, right? When you talk about hunting and all of that stuff, this is part of it. You know where your meat comes from. You know, make sure you're getting all of your meat. And you know the whole process. And so it's a good way to do it, and with some friends, it makes it a whole lot more enjoyable because you can sit and visit and talk, have some good food. So some people maybe taking their first stabs at grilling some inner loin and backstrap today, making chili, right? Talking about different ways to cook it all up. It's just an enjoyable time. You let the kids play and run around. So if you're going to do this, which I would recommend, I would highly recommend finding a group of people to do it with. That makes it a whole lot more fun. This is the ground meat section, and we have got some pig fat that we're mixing in with some of our ground meat to make it extra tasty. All right, vacuum sealing it, scales. We've been doing this a while today, so kind of all crazy right now, but it's working out real good. And then is that jerky meat that you got there? Yeah. All right, got her some jerky meat. Sliced up nice and thin. Worked out real good, I think, anyhow. All right, so it don't take a whole lot. Say hi. Hi. So nice meat slicer, right? Everything here close, we can keep everything cold, and it just works out really good. And so if you're worried about not having all this stuff, you can do a lot of things without the slicer, right? Even the grinder, you can still do a lot if you don't have a grinder to make things work for you. Works out really well. So if you're wondering, like I said, these guys are deboning, getting it off the bones, and then they are also trimming it. You can see our cooler full of trimming meat. So basically, all of the silver meat, all of the fat, pretty much if it's not just red, clean looking meat, we're getting rid of it. It really helps with the flavors and the textures a lot. When you're cooking it. Now, when you are grinding it, like we've got some ground over there, you can leave a little bit of that kind of stuff, the ligaments and stuff in there, and it'll grind right up. Especially you get down around the shanks. It's just really hard to trim it all up. And so we've got a nice setup down here, right? So it goes from here, the short distance right over there, where they are grinding it for us, or right over there where it's being made into jerky meat. So like I said, just don't be afraid of it, right? Just dive in. Get to work, learn how to do it, get your hands dirty or bloody in this case, get your hands bloody, and you will find it's a lot simpler than what a lot of people maybe have claimed it to be to you. Don't let it make you scared, don't be intimidated by it. Just jump in and get to work, and you might find that the meat tastes a lot better than what you expect with deer meat, and you might find that you actually really enjoy it when it's all said and done. Like we said too, right, just working together on it. It's been a lot of fun, just visiting times that you don't get a whole lot of, and so it's just been good for us all, I think, today. Kids running around playing. We're all going to eat a big pot of deer chili here in a little bit. That'll be good to eat as we get this deer finished up, and it's just been good, right? So this is part of the process. It makes it enjoyable for everybody, makes it more fun, exciting times. And like I said, if a group of you get in and do it together, it makes it a lot better. So here, I'll let it get a little dark, but here's the chili that the brother's been cooking all day long out here. And boy, it was going to be good whenever we stop and eat here in a little while. A little campfire coffee going. There's not a better way to put flavor on your food than this. And once again, right, just part of being together, eating together, processing the deer together, sharing hunting stories, sharing fishing stories, sharing recipes on how to cook, learning some of these older ways of doing things just makes life more fun, right? More enjoyable, especially in the middle of the good COVID epidemic, right? Learning how to do some of this stuff yourself has just been good. So everybody here today, right? Not everybody here, including myself, right? It's not like we're professionals. It's not like we do this for a living. This is just something that we have all kind of learned over the years, and just go in and do it. This chili is going to be some good stuff here in a little while. So guys, once again, please like and subscribe if you like the content that you're seeing.